Hello everyone. We are back with Bugs Life. We are entering tunnels. Joining me today is fellow Bugs Life enthusiast Lucas Bolton.
Hi everyone. Yes, this is one of my favourite games from my childhood. Yep,
Great.
and interesting how it has a different name on the loading screen than it does on the title
It
screen.
does, yeah. Monsters Inc.
Level screen.
does a similar thing too, actually.
Mm, I don't know what that's all about, but and that's not even made by Traveller's Tales. That one, Monsters Inc.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this is one thing that I find really interesting here, as you can see here on the wall,
Mm.
reminiscent to old times here on Ant Island. So, this, for all we know, this could be Flik's ancestors that we are seeing.
I like, yeah, it's like hieroglyphics in this level.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them actually. They're all
yeah.
over the place.
Oh yeah, really,
Actually.
really, really fantastic to see. Wonder can't be Flik.
And they're
Uh,
not all the same. I mean,
exactly.
some of them are, but some of them are different. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, it really is interesting to see. Like, look at that one there, for
Oh.
example. Here we go here.
And you can actually I think like it's possible to skip all the seeds in this level if you know how to use the walls, but it's no point
Yeah.
skipping them because we're doing 100%.
Oh yeah, exactly. For anyone who doesn't know what you guys, Lucas is actually a very good speedrunner of this game. Actually, like he's got some brilliant times actually, speedrunning in this game.
It's a very good game to speedrun because it's a nice short one, but like at the same
Yeah,
time like punishes you for small mistakes. So it's
exactly. Like Toy Story 2 is the same. Was I
yeah.
was I going backwards there? Oh my god, I was so engrossed in our conversation that I went backwards. But yeah,
The
um,
30 grains. Yeah,
yeah,
usually I start going backwards when I get to 30 grain because I'm never sure if I forget anything
yeah,
at that point.
exactly. And we could be here for a few minutes, guys. Just a warning. But yeah, Toy Story 2 is a similar thing, really. Like it does punish you for like missing what they might classify as say simple jumps and simple skips. But
Yeah.
in reality, like they're probably justified. But yeah, it can be tricky as well.
And
Now,
here you go, like, yeah, you can use this phosphorescent mushroom thing to get, yep, that's it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is a bit of a strat there as well. I think you glide along the wall and you're able to
Yeah,
basically skip that whole section.
that's right. Yeah, glide across the wall. It's a bit like, it's actually like Spiral, a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm just going to use this seed here and then try and think where's the best place to put it.
I think that.
In order to like get another seed later on. There we go. Oh, lovely, lovely jubbly. So we go and lift.
Yeah, and then there you go. It's a good, I like this puzzle thing in the
Yeah,
game where you have to think about the
yeah,
what plants and seeds
yeah. I think
do
yeah,
what.
I think I might. Yeah, as I said, yeah. This was probably the first game I'd say maybe I don't where you actually would have to think. Okay, what is actually the correct strategy to use in order to complete level 100%. There's no other game like that actually. Really until a Bug's Life came along.
Well, Toy Story 2 like didn't have it as much.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
what?
and this was
Yeah,
released like a year later as well. So Bug's Life
I
really
think.
sets
Yeah,
precedent, reset the precedent in terms of that section.
this game's very similar to Spiral 1 in the sense that like the collecting aspect's more important than a mini game because there's not really any mini games in this. Like on a like
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
essentially like it's a different way to get through a level. I don't. No two levels are the same,
Yeah,
although they all have the same objectives, but
yeah,
you achieve them differently.
exactly. One of the things also that links this to Spiral One as well is that it's like Spiral One in the sense that it just throws you out there and says, right, here's what you gotta do. Go out and do it.
Oh, thank God for that health. Yeah, exactly. Like bastard. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like
If
it's
anyone's
so hard
wondering,
not to be killed by
I'm
them.
gonna wait for to get the gold berry guys before I kill all these enemies. That's why I'm not killing them. Basically, if anyone's wondering why is he not killing enemies, that's why.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But the thing as well is, I think there's about 51 enemies in this level
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
So it is worth like not getting too confused with them as well.
Exactly, exactly,
Um, and the rubble's actually pretty annoying this level too.
exactly. There's the L, and now we've got a K. You
The
know.
reason why this game it can get very difficult is because once you game over, that's it.
Oh, exactly. It punishes you for like losing all your lives. No, harsh
really
punishment.
does.
Yeah, really harsh punishment.
And I mean, like, if you're a kid, like, I think, like, I got this for a birthday when I was a kid. I forget what birthday it was, but it must have been like maybe like just a couple of years after the film came
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Because that's when I started gaming. And it's one of those things. It's like back then it used to be a great thing if the VHS wasn't out for a long time.
Yeah.
And back then, like, I think VHS tapes took a lot longer to develop back then.
yeah.
So this game was like a really good way to like bide your time. I think that's what they intended. But what I like about it nowadays is the fact that you can actually not have seen the movie and actually still enjoy the game as a platformer.
Exactly. Yeah, I think.
It also is there is no location like this. Okay, there is a location like this in the film, but it's not quite as similar.
I think as well you can say too that Flik would have ventured through this area to get to the council chamber in order to tell Princess Ada that he's kind of screwed them over.
He's kind of screwed them over, and he's got an idea to get the circus. You know, he doesn't tell them that, but like he's going to get warriors.
Yeah, he's
they turn out to be circus troopers.
Yeah, exactly. Turns out circus classifies as warrior bugs, apparently.
Yeah. And somehow Flik didn't notice this.
Damn,
oh my god, thank god you got 5 lives.
Damn that rock. I blame that rock. It was all the rock's fault.
Also, if you press triangle and then move the camera around, Flik's eyes on the life monitor move around as well. That's quite a cool touch.
Yeah, it certainly is indeed. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. I also got this game, I said in the last part, actually. I got a PlayStation 1 from my uncle, and this was the game, actually, that came with it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, that's a good game to have come with it, because
exactly.
It's not... It wasn't like a hard game to find or anything like that back in the day, but it definitely, I didn't know if it ever like came as a launch title for, because some people got the games bundled in to their consoles.
Exactly,
this would have been a great game to have bundled in as a kid. And the funny thing is, like, the critics back then were really harsh on it because I don't know why, actually, to be honest. Like,
maybe
I guess
maybe like it's too hard for kids or something, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like. There seems to be like this, like Mario 64 just seemed to be an unfair standard to compare to, and it's funny that because I actually think this game controls a bit better than Mario 64.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh damn it.
Because it's way easier to get used to the moves. For 50, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I hope that enemy respawns because I actually accidentally killed it. So.
Luckily, this level, the tunnels doesn't do the thing where like there's enemies with grain in it. That's level 7 that does that.
Exactly. Could you imagine how much of a night?
You can actually lose the grain because of that as well, because some of the enemies might not respawn again if you've killed them with the gold berry.
Exactly. I have to also backtrack because I think I've missed some enemies, but so I'm just gonna be safe.
But yeah, the game still looks great today. I think like that was Traveller's Tales' greatest strength in PS1 was the 3D graphics and all that. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how I actually missed that path. Actually, it's interesting.
I know it's a lot. What's cool about this level is like it's like the moment you open up one door, there's another door that immediately opens in that section. So it's like, although like I guess the one difficult thing about it is the distinctive like features of the sections. It can be a bit hard to like remember which one you went through and which one you hadn't, but I do think it was quite ambitious. But I think like if the game was more punishing about checkpoints and all that, this level would be more annoying than it is.
Yeah,
thankfully,
exactly.
Thankfully, it's no Riverbed Canyon as well.
Yeah, exactly. I would describe tunnels to complete 100% as not hard, but just long. I think that's a fair description of it. Like, it just takes a bit longer than usual because, I said, look, there's 50 enemies, for example.
It's just amazing that, like, it literally comes right after an island that was I wouldn't say it was a cakewalk, but, like, definitely somewhere that didn't test you out as much as this, you know.
Exactly. This is like you know, like Ant Island's like the warm up, and then you have this level.
And fun fact as well, like the Ant Island actually has that plant cannon in it, but you don't need it.
Exactly. You know, yeah, there's a wee
yeah.
speed running skip you can do, guys, in it.
Yeah, there's yeah, and that one like you just swing to the vine and then jump over the fence.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, it's really hard to do that like while also like having good movement. I think like this game's a bit like Spyro 1 in the sense that the movement, you know, and it came out the same year.
Yeah, exactly. 1998, but guys. I think I'm looking at my corner here. I'm actually going, I think, overtime on a level. I think we spent 10 minutes on please level 100%. That just shows.
Yeah, I think like Riverbed Canyon's going to be longer, but this one kind of prepares you for it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
In advance.
You know, Chris, thank you for watching. I've lost my speedrunner touch. I think in 10 minutes to do tunnels.
Well, this the speed run up in 100% for this, like I believe it's like an hour 17. I'm like, wow, like,
I know.
Come on, really? Like,
really?
I don't know.
You do this
it's like
you do that
most people doing it in 2 hours is impressive to me in that time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, and I think the obvious like run killer tends to be Riverbed Canyon.
Exactly.
Because that one is so big, and the enemies on it are so ruthless as well.
Yeah, and you have to wait for the gold berry. You know, it takes a long time to get the gold berry.
Yeah, that actually can be hard, especially as a kid. Like, and
yeah.
There was a guy called what's his name, Navigator. George Woods, a reviewer called George Woods.
Yeah,
it's one of the it's a really like bad review channel. That apparently he did these shows in the 90s, although nobody ever seen them until they came up on YouTube in 2007. He said he doesn't understand why a bug needs the mushrooms to bounce because they climb. It's like, no, I don't think an anthropomorphic ant really does that, to be honest. You know, it's not meant to be exactly the same as a real ant. I mean, if you're going to talk about that, why is he blue?
Yeah, you know, exactly. When have you ever met a blue ant?
You really have to suspend. You really have to get into your suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, you really do.
And also, like, if you know what you're doing, as I say, like, it kind of looks like you're climbing this thing.
Alright, we got a few more enemies left. There's 4 left. Oh, I think they're coming up here, hopefully. Just gonna check in here now. There we go. Yeah,
you should be good, but that's a good strategy, that keeping them alive, because
exactly, yeah, because I think there's a glitch in one of the levels that if you kill the enemy too often, you actually lose it. There we go.
Yeah, that was a problem with PS1 games, to be honest. Like, it had things like that in it.
Tunnels.
There we go.
It's been fun. Oh yeah, you're so right, Flik.
Oh yeah. Go.
Never too much grain. F-L-I-K spells Flik.
Spells Dave Foley.
Here we go. Yes. 50 out of 50. Thumbs up from Flik.
That was a 50-50 level, and now we have Thumper.
Do you want to
I believe?
No. Council Chamber.
It's called Council Chamber on the menu.
Yeah.
Or the level select. They call him Thumper on the.
Hey, they call him Thumper. Defeat Thumper.
Defeat Thumper.
Now this is like a classic.
No, we will not be defeating Thumper first.
This is the classic 100%, like quick level 100%, guys. For a speed run, it's like you need a quick one. This is like the ideal one, really. The music.
I think Fisher may have struggled with the mushrooms in his original LP of this.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's a perspective. Yeah,
it's quite difficult because he doesn't have the greatest. I don't want to say collision detection, but it's like he can't land on things very easily. Yeah.
Check out his also retrospective, guys. I actually did make an appearance in that in the Riverbed Canyon section of that retrospective.
Yeah. And who knows, he might appear in this.
Oh yeah, he definitely will appear in some. He will definitely appear at some point. Hopefully, maybe in Riverbed Canyon, say.
Yeah, that's a good one actually.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I showed it in this part because this part was kind of like
Thumper. Ow.
There was a bit of nightmare feel as well, because you just seen this like pixelated face of Thumper, like, and then like when he gets killed, like you see his
Oh, a bit of lag, damn it.
You see his face close up. It's just, yeah, it's funny what PS1 graphics can do.
I know, like, have you seen?
Imagination.
Yeah, I remember exactly. Remember PS1 Hagrid, greatest design ever. Wink, wink.
And that's the thing, like, and this came out like what 3 years before it or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And yet this game looks better. It's funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think Harry Potter excellent game, but like they could have done better with the design, definitely.
It's funny that Argonaut was the one that made that, and the funny thing about them is they made Croc, and the Croc didn't look too bad on the PS1, but I guess they were going for that realistic looking that almost never translated super well to the PS1, sadly. But it has a style, it has a charm to it. That style.
Yeah, PS1 Hagrid, like, you know, it's like you kind of would love him in a really strange way.
Yeah. And it is funny in Chamber Secrets when it's just when Ron has that jumper, and it's the same face from the first game. All right, so that's you. You've now got the Goldberry.
Yeah, I just need to get the Flik thing.
Luckily, you can. There is a way to like jump on that thing without the mushroom, but it's obviously easier with it if you put it in the right spot. Yeah, like that.
Oh, damn it! So close.
Or like round the other side because it's a bit more sloped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so one side is definitely easier.
And there was a lot of things like this in Toy Story 2 as well, because the game's so similar, but yet also so different. I think it might actually be in the where Thumper is actually, come to think, because I can't see it on this.
Might be.
The draw distance is the one thing the game doesn't have going for it, because in same year that Spire 1 came out, like, obviously, like, that game, really good draw distance. Probably the best thing about that game, to be honest.
I was up there.
And then this game, like, it tries its best, but, like, I think... Actually, to be honest, like, the tunnels wasn't too bad for it, because it was quite a dark level, but, like, levels like...
see, where's it?
Riverbed Canyon, yeah, there it is. Oh, cool.
Okay, where's the other two enemies I gotta kill?
Yeah. The mosquitoes.
Yeah, come on, mosquitoes, where are you?
Yeah, I think they went behind. Oh, there they are.
No, two. There you go. Now, Thumper, where are you?
Fun fact as well, like the phosphorescent lights, they actually studied that when they made the film. Oh!
He's a stick. He's a stick grasshopper. He broke his stick.
They actually, so they did study phosphorescent mushrooms, lightning and all that, and it. I don't know, like, if it's real that ants have that. I don't think it is, but, you know, there's things like that in the wild, and they kind of just applied it to the film. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. So we're going to now save the game.
And there's Princess Atta, like, order.
I didn't mean to disappoint you, Princess. Well, you did, Flik.
Oh, there's a lot of crap games there. Stuart Little 2.
What else is there? Cyber Chase.
I think the one that gets me the most was Sheepdog and Wolf, because that's a really difficult one.
Oh yeah, that's coming out to fire soon. So yeah, we're going to end it on Lucas's. We're going to tell this famous story. Lucas, who's your favorite ant, by the way?
Yeah, so man, yeah, that's a good point. My Auntie Kelly, like when I was really young, like asked me like just a random question, and it was who's your favorite ant? And Lucas obviously anticipating the answer would be her. I said, it's Flik. And she was like, Flik? And I was like, oh, right. You know, I meant your auntie aunt. I was like, well, it's you then. At that point, you know, so the literal-minded young me was very obsessed by this film back then. Had toys from it as well, so...
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So yeah, there we go. We're end of there, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Lucas, my guest, who will be appearing in future parts. Stay tuned, guys. Have a great day.
Yeah, bye everyone. Thanks for watching.